Part 3 of what martial art means to me. Welcome to Kung Fu Habit number 2. I'm James Williams Jr. This is part 3 of what martial arts means to me. You have to get past all of my bad titling stuff. Now, shit happens. As I was saying when I left off, if you don't fight back, you're going to be the victim of, I need to go to the hospital because this goddamn near bludgeoned me to death. Every martial art is different, but at its core, they're all the same. Alright? I'm sure you probably never heard that before, so it pleases me to be the first to explain this to you. The human body is an intricate pathways of nerves, arteries, bones, muscles, appendages, and key points in the human body that can shut stuff down or reactivate stuff. That's why you use a defibrillator to reactivate the heart. It's not a whole lot you can do to reactivate the brain because legally once your brain dead, your ass is dead. Alright? Your heart will still bump even though your brain is dead because of reflex action or muscle memory. It's supposed to do that. If it's a good heart, it will pump probably for 2 or 3 days before you die or after you're dead or however that works. The thing with martial arts, and you need to understand, these are pumpkin carving tools. Understand? Yes. Pumpkin carving tools. Also, dangerous weapons in the right hand. Alright? Before I joined the military, I did martial arts. After I joined the military, I have been forbidden to do martial arts by doctors' orders alone. Alright? So as I like to tell people, anything and everything you touch is your weapon. If you have not been taught this during any of your martial art training, your teacher has failed, which means you more than likely will fail. And here's the thing about martial arts, and keep this in mind as you move on through your day. Martial arts is a way of life. It is not a joke. It is not a game. It is a straight up way of life. If you don't treat it as a way of life, you will have problems. No one wants problems. So you have to be ready to do all that you need to do when it comes down to that. Lots of people don't have what it takes to be martial arts, and a lot of people don't have the ability to, do what is necessary to be a martial artist. Now, the thing is, yes, I was texting. Yes, I'm sorry. The thing with martial artists is that, we as people, sorry, me and technology will never be friends. We as people have to understand that there are lines in the sand, and every now and again you will cross one or the other and you will piss someone off at one place at one point at some time. And in knowing this, that does not change the fact that it's going to happen. So I would always advise a person when it comes to martial arts to learn as much as you can. Learn everything you can from everyone you can, because what you don't know would be the thing to come back to bust your shit up. So, knowing that, it's like half the situation out of control is knowing where you are, when you are, how you are, and then knowing how far you can go with that after that. Learning is everything. And learning is the most important thing that you will ever have to know when it comes to martial arts. And the thing with that is, if you're not learning, you're not living. And I'm not saying that you have to go in and take an ass whooping to become a martial artist, although sometimes that might be the only way that some of us can actually learn. A lot of us don't learn the way most people learn. Some of us have an accelerated learning curve, which means you can pick up real quickly on that. And this is not a camera trick. This is live action. By the time you see it, it won't be live. But yeah, my hands are pretty quick when I'm not looking. No, that was just me doing a random pity pat thing. And there are exercises where it's boom, 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 and you keep practicing, and that works your hand speed. Now for Tiger, got tired. So for Dragon, learn your blocks. Twisting Dragon. Once you learn all this stuff, you can pretty much get down packed. The snake, the mantis, the crane, you know, learning your katas. Katas are exercises. Do I recommend you practicing your katas? If you're just showing off, you know, yeah. If you're actually going to be in a fight, hell no. Katas are great for training. But when you break it down and you hit one of these numbers, you better know what the fuck you're doing. Because if you don't, sleepy sleep time. Now here's the thing. There are many people who transition. They transition from wrestlers to MMA, or they transition from MMA to wrestlers. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I was younger, and barely in my 20s, I was the biggest Ken Shamrock fan ever. Alright? I watched all of his MMA fights, or whatever he was at the time. And when he went to wrestling, and he lost, the first match that he lost, I think I almost cried. Listen, I was like, other than Dan Severance and their rivalry, I've never seen Ken Shamrock lose. Now, until more recent, when he's just a little bit too old and he started fighting Tito Ortiz, who, when he first came into the picture, until he changed his game, when he became a ground and pound, that's when he started winning more. But, you know, when he was standing up, you know, he wasn't doing so hot. But Ken Shamrock was standing up, he was dropping motherfuckers, you know. And when he went to wrestling and lost to Owen Hart, and I'm like, dude, you're like one of the best martial artists, stand-up fighters ever, and you lose to the Golden Nugget. No offense to the Hart family. I still love wrestling. But it opened up my eyes. It's when I found out that wrestling, the moves are real, but the story is fake. Which is why they always tell you don't try this shit at home. No. Wrestlers are superior athletes to a certain extent. Martial artists are the hyper superior athletes because we have to use everything we have in our arsenal, and we actually have to train harder. Wrestlers train maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, and they're done. And then they have to rest, so when the show is put on, they're at their best because they've got rest. While martial artists, we never stop training. Mentally, physically, etc. Well, if you ask most martial artists today, they'll tell you, hell no, I never stop training. I never stop training. Unless there's something exceptionally wrong physically, we never stop training. Where I, on the other hand, have never stopped training until I got into the Army and I had this hip replacement. And I have been forbidden to do anything outside of push-ups, walking, and farting. So, before I end this segment, because I've gone as far as I need to go, there's still more to go, but I'm not going to, bore you guys to death at how much I miss martial arts and what martial arts means to me. I'm not going to go into the Ashita Kim clusterfuck and how people are picking on Steven Seagal and Van Damme. And I will say that Van Damme and Seagal, because they beat their wives, they pretty much ruined it for martial artists who want to date very beautiful women who are afraid of martial artists. So in that case, you know, try to look for a girl who knows martial arts, because that way it's an even playing field. You never hear of female martial artists beating their husbands. I'm pretty sure they probably could, but you never really hear of that shit. And no man's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna date her because she beats her husband. I'm gonna look at it like, yeah, I'm gonna date her because she actually can fight. That way when we get into trouble at bars, she can kick their ass and I'll just drink my beer. Or my vodka in my case, because I love vodka. But anyway, you know, any vodka. I'm not particular specific. I'm also poor, so house vodka is just as good as any other vodka. Anyway, sorry, we're getting off track. You know, hell, drunken master. Either or, you know. The thing with martial arts is that it pays to actually learn a martial art before you actually go out and attempt to do martial arts. No, watching Power Rangers does not make you a martial artist, but as a child, it prepares you better than going to the dojo. Then again, there have been people who actually learned martial arts through TV and have been really good at it. Like I said, I learned my first tornado kick by watching the Power Rangers, excuse me, the Ninja Turtles. I learned my first jumping spin kick by watching Bruce Lee and Van Damme. Alright? I never thought I could do it. And then I learned my first reverse tornado kick by watching the Power Rangers. So you can learn through TV. I wouldn't say that would make you a martial artist, but I'm not going to say that it doesn't. Because sometimes all you really need is the right moves and the right teacher to mold you, and then you'll be great. However, martial art is also a state of mind first, then body. But you have to live, eat, breathe, and sleep it. I miss the martial arts because that's what this channel was meant to be. This channel was meant to be me busting kicks and making movies, chop saki this, chop saki that, doing the fighting fan technique, showing you guys how to fight with an umbrella, that kind of thing. And now, it's just me doing a lot of damn talking, which is not what I set out for this to do. So let me apologize to you for putting you through 3 videos of me telling you how much martial arts means to me, what it takes to be a martial artist, and why things have gone to hell in a handbasket. But since I have 25 followers, let me thank you 25 followers before I go. Thank you for tuning in. And for everyone else who's new, if you're coming on board, I would love to put more Kung Fu stuff up here. So I'm probably going to see if I have friends who want to do more Kung Fu movies and see what we can do about that. But until then, I'm James Williams Sr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. It is 1:45 p.m. in Charlottesville, Virginia, and I have to go to work. So, it's been fun. Be seeing ya.